Alright everybody, and welcome to another playthrough. This one a long time coming. Drink in the rich atmosphere. It's Secret of Evermore for the SNES, the first RPG I ever played, back when I was far too stupid to know how to play RPGs. So we have this nice slate gray name your character screen where we will name our character, and tradition states that we name our character after the name of our channel, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to name them something else, because it just seems like an appropriate name for the character in this game. I am glad to be back recording videos again. Hopefully things will go smoothly, like some fine butter. I haven't been doing this for quite a while though, and I've already started and stopped this video like 3 or 4 times already, just trying to get everything sorted, but we're gonna see how it goes. So we got our name. We're gonna have the adventures of Caleb in the crazy world of Evermore. And let's go ahead and get started with that sweet introductory cutscene. Fall, 1965. An experiment is about to conclude. My friends, prepare to be a part of history. With a twist of a knob here and a flip of a switch there. Wait a minute. That's not right. The experiment went well. 30 years later. This would be in 1995 in game canon. What a classic! My favorite part was the battle with the slime beast in the toxic swamp. You could hardly tell that was a bunch of old tires and garden hose. Hey, where are you going, buddy? That's not the way home. God damn it, not again. Wait for me. And the hardware store became a software store. Now where did he go? Huh, the door's open. I guess that means we're invited in. I better take a look inside. There you are. You know, I think that cat is long gone. Hey, where are you going? Yikes. Watch out for that. Oops. Hey, look, a mummy, a chainsaw, and a balloon animal. This wall panel's kinda loose. Wow! I think we found some sort of secret entrance. This kid is not fazed by anything. I just want you to know that. Wow! This looks like the PZS plasma drive in When Consonants Collide. I wonder if it works. Whoa! We should get out of here before something goes terribly wrong. Hey, don't chew on those wires. Uh-oh. And Caleb died of electric shock. What have we here? An intruder, I fear. Ho, ho, ho. That was some blast! Ugh! Who are you? That's not important. We've got to get you out of here. We can't have you meddling with the professor's experiments. Come along. Who is that, Carltron? Do we have a visitor? It is no one. No one at all. Continue with your work, Professor. After you. Alright, now what? We finally have control of our character here, and our journey truly begins. We've been left alone in this strange futuristic room, and we have this little weird container thing here, and we pull out a bazooka, of course. Cool! And we have our first little fight in the game. This does not look good! I don't think you can actually lose this fight, though. So I'll try and explain some of the principles of how the game works right here. You'll see, of course, our character has their health down at the bottom. And yeah, I didn't take any damage. I don't even think you can lose. So whenever you attack in this game, a little counter will begin. It'll count back up to 100%, which basically means you're doing 100% damage. And I'm not really going to have time to explain shit now, am I? This is too good. Don't get attached to that bazooka, though. This looks like a way out. Is that you, buddy? Can't see very well. It's dark in here. Hey, I think this is some kind of futuristic escape pod. Oops. There goes the control panel. Well, things are going very well. And our spaceship is about to make a crash landing somewhere, hopefully not in the ocean. And Caleb died in a horrific crash. Whoa! That was some landing. I think the pod and bazooka are shot. So where am I anyway? And where's my dog? Here, buddy. Here, pupster. Where are you, boy? Wow! Is that really you? You've changed. If you're really my dog, you'll fetch this stick and not rip my throat out. Okay, go get it. Well, it's not the stick, but it'll do. My dog always was incompetent. Come on, buddy, let's look around. So as I was saying, your attack builds back up to 100, and if you attack before it gets back to 100, you'll do this little wimpy attack that basically does no damage, and we don't want to do that. You'll hardly ever want to actually use it before it gets back to 100. Found a petal. That is a healing item. The dog is also going to be sniffing out reagents throughout the world, like roots and whatnot, that we will use for alchemy, which is this game's version of magic. But we don't have to worry about that right now. So we do have a little optional boss fight coming up here that I would like to be able to beat. I have no confidence in my skills, and if you've watched this channel before, you shouldn't have confidence in them either. So we're going to try and not take a whole lot of damage here, and go around and clear out some of the foliage in the area, and these giant arse mosquitoes. Which the mosquitoes here are also very bad. They're not quite that bad, but they're bad. This game has a soundtrack composed by Jeremy Soule, and I believe this was actually his first work as a composer. And what he did in this game was really combine a combination of music and ambient sounds to create what I think is honestly an atmosphere that's too good for the dialogue in this game. The dialogue is very cheesy, as you've probably noticed, and it has kind of a sort of silly tone. which the atmosphere doesn't really lend itself to all that well. The atmosphere is really, really good, and if I'll ever shut up for a few seconds, you'll be able to hear it. Ah, yes. The sounds of the jungle. So at this point, we have no idea where we are, why we're here. Yeah, that's just going to be how this entire game's going to go, I have a feeling. So right now, we're just kind of exploring with our big bone, trying to find where we are, and I guess try to find a way back home. Though, to be honest, Caleb here doesn't really seem particularly all that fazed by any of this. He's handling it all very well, I would say. It's not every day you get zapped into an alternate world and shot out of a, whatever you would call that hole, and crash land in a jungle planet. All in all, he's taken it all very well. Talons, that is the form of currency in this part of the game. And we got some water. I don't know how he's holding on to that water, but apparently he's just got a Ziploc bag in his pockets or something. I played this game first when I was probably like a 5 or 6 year old kid, and I thought it was very hard, and we just reached level 2. We found some herbal essence, the shampoo. I don't remember exactly what that does. I think this cures like status effects, but don't quote me on that. I'll probably use it incorrectly at some point in the future. Also, this game makes use of radial menus like this, very similar to Legend or Secret of Mana. Though these games are actually not based off the same engine. This engine is basically made to replicate what Secret of Mana had, but it's not the actual same engine. It was made independently by the American studio that worked on this game. But I played this game for the first time when I was like a 5 or 6 year old, back when I got all my games at Toys R Us. And I sucked at it because I did not understand how RPGs worked. And I tried to play it like Link to the Past, where you try to avoid enemies as much as you fight them, because I didn't realize you need to fight and level up and get stronger, and that will actually make the game playable. So I would just try to run past enemies, and the first boss in this game would murder the shit out of me. So anyway, here we are in this very quiet clearing, and I have a very bad feeling about this place. Probably because I already know what's going to happen here. I have a strange feeling about this. And we have a raptor attack. This is that optional boss fight I was telling you about. It's not really a boss fight per se, it's more of a mini-boss, if you will. You don't have to beat it, but I would like to be able to do so. You know, show off for the camera, make it look like I know what I'm doing. I don't, but I would like to pretend for a little while. The dog is already dead and not going to be any more help to me. I don't think it helped me at all in this fight. Basically, if you can avoid their little initial jump attack that they do, and then get a hit on them, you're good. But you also have to bait them into getting close enough to you to be able to hit them in the first place. Alright, we got one. Damn it. So I think misses are both a mechanical thing, and you can also just be too far away to ever actually hit them. Gonna use a pedal right there, restore our health. I really, really want to get these guys on camera. I have to prove my worth as a gamer to the 3 people in my audience watching this video. Please don't bet against me. I think this came out shortly after Jurassic Park really made raptors seem cool. Because, you know, before then, everyone really thought the T-Rex was the coolest dinosaur. This is all a part of childhood dinosaur lore, of course. Kids love dinosaurs. I was no exception. I saw Jurassic Park when I was far too young to have seen it, and I thought raptors were the coolest. And in this game, they are a pain in the ass. I will murder you. Just gotta be patient, wait for them to come out. They got... yeah. Doing decent so far. Alright, we made level 3, we got our health restored. I got a good feeling about this. I might have a chance to not bring shame upon my family. The silence is called concentration. This is actually going exceptionally well. I have to wonder if I'm actually recording. Whew. We received 50 talons, a petal, and glory, I guess. And that's really what matters the most. Huh, looks like we've arrived at a little village here. The people are not at all suspicious of me. We of the village of Fire Eyes welcome peaceful visitors. Thank you for protecting us from those nasty raptors. Please stay for a while and have some nice petals. He didn't actually give me any petals. Just thought you should know. You are not one of us. Not a viper either. You are like Fire Eyes. Cool. Don't know who that is, but cool. So the first thing I want to do here is find the inn. My brother Strongheart told me that he was going to look for the big bug in the bug muck. He said that there are many rare alchemy ingredients hidden in the bug's skeleton. Strongheart searches the area often for ingredients, and when he returns, he often gives some of them to me. Then I sell them to townspeople who know many alchemy formulas. That's cool. I'm gonna rob your house. Is that cool? Got some clay. Got 3 parts clay, 18 talons, and he doesn't care. This is your typical sort of... It's not really a JRPG, because it's not made in Japan, but has that typical RPG thing where you basically go around looting everyone's houses and they don't give a shit. Found some water, some more water, and some more talons. You look tired. You should have a nice meal and a rest at the inn. It's just next door. Speaking of which, while we're here, this game lets you do some pretty cool stuff, like edit what the actual text window looks like, which is really cool. I'm going to set this to a solid background, so it'll be a little bit easier for me to read, and I think I'm going to go ahead and change it to that nice gray look. I like it. I don't know about you. And by the time you voice your opinion, it'll be too late to change anything. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is the inn here. We have nectar, which is another utility item. I think this restores your health all the way. I think this cures status effects, if I'm not mistaken, which I could very well be. I don't recall using them very much. Hello, friend. Welcome to my inn. Would you like to rest for 10 talons while I creepily stare at you? And we will rest by the fire. Dogbird over here, he's got his health back in full, and that was the main reason I wanted to rest. I hope you had a good rest. Would you like me to record your progress? Why, yes I would. It's the adventure of Caleb, the level 3 adventurer. Extraordinaire. And we will continue to look around the village and try to find some sense of direction in this game, because as of right now, we have none. Some water, some roots. Talk to this nice person. Hello, traveler. I'm a source for goods in this village. And we can buy petals, pixie dust, dog biscuits, which we actually do want some of those. Those will revive Dogbert when he dies. And he will die often, because the AI is not very good. Speaking of the AI, I kind of want... fuck it, I'll change that later. It's not important. And I believe this guy here is the armor salesman that we want to talk to. Thank you for fighting off the creatures outside the village. Please take this grass vest. And that is our first piece of armor in the game. It is a vest. And it's in this menu somewhere, I swear. Okay, it's in the equip section. A grass vest, which gives us 3 points of armor. It is a vest made of grass. And this guy sells equipment. Well, I thought he did. But he didn't. And that is most unfortunate. Go around and loot more stuff from the village. And we have a barrier that we can't get past. Because these weeds are just too tall to walk through, and too strong for our bone to cut through. You may notice, I don't think I explained this earlier, you may notice Dogbert here sniffing around. And he can actually find ingredients on the map, though it doesn't really do a very good job of pointing you to the exact pixel that they're hidden at. So, like, you'll come up here, and you'll be hitting the B button on your controller trying to find it, and it'll take you several tries to actually find the exact square this thing is located on. It's right here, right at the tip of his little nose. Alright. And I think we've done enough exploring for right now. We need to talk to the leader of this village, because the leader tends to know what's going on. At least in video games they do, not so much in real life. And I don't think we were told this, but this is the Hut of Fire Eyes, the leader of this village, and we are going to go speak to her. This is the hut of our leader. Please show Fire Eyes your respect. Hi. I was just gonna pay her a visit. I didn't really need the...
Fire Eyes! Fire Eyes! Fire Eyes! Fire Eyes! Fire Eyes! Fire Eyes!
What? Oh, hi. My name's Elizabeth. Everyone around here calls me Fire Eyes. Hi. Caleb is my name. Well, Caleb, step into my hut, we'll talk. And the villagers will creepily listen in. Who let this wild beast in here? Oh, that's my dog. He hasn't been himself lately. What's his name? His name? And we get to name our dog. And if I were playing this normally, I would probably name the dog something naughty. But I'm not going to do this. Longtime viewers of this channel will recognize the name of Higgins. And so of course we're going to name the dog Higgins. And longtime viewers of the show might want to know that dog is still around. That's all I really have to say about that. We're going to name the dog Higgins. Higgins? Higgins? That's, original. It's like they knew you were going to name it like Fuck Monster or something. You're not from around here, are you? I'm not really sure where here is, to tell you the truth. You're on Evermore, in my prehistoric village. I'm the leader. Well, that explains it. You wouldn't know how to get to Podunk from here, would you? Podunk? Interesting. I might. Maybe we can work something out. How would you like to make yourself useful around here? Do I have to? Well, The village alchemist, Strongheart, has wandered off into the bug muck in the east. He's been searching for alchemy ingredients that are plentiful in the muck. If you can help him get back to the village, I will help you with whatever you need. Well, as Captain Leaf Meldock says in Mars Needs Lumberjacks, I'm ready for anything. Before you go, I would like for you to have an alchemy formula that I've developed. I call it Flash. It's very powerful against mean creatures, but not nice ones. So this is the alchemy screen. This is kind of what I talked about a little bit earlier. Basically, you can memorize, I think, up to 10 different alchemy formulae at any given time. And these cost resources to cast. I think that's 1 part wax, 2 parts oil. So in my personal opinion, it's not very good because you're limited to carrying 99 of any given ingredient. And if this one takes 2, that basically means you have half as many casts as something that takes 2 sets of 1 ingredient each. So if it was 1 wax and 1 oil, you would have 99 casts of it versus, I think, 48 or so with Flash. so you're just really going to be limited on how many you can cast at any given time. And much like your regular melee attacks and your character in general, alchemy levels up. So when you first get it, it sucks. So you really have to cast it several times in order for it to actually be useful. Now, once you do level up your alchemy, it can get pretty broken. And you can, at some point, just get to where you can spam cast your alchemy and obliterate everything on the screen, and it's pretty awesome. We're not going to do that with Flash because it's terrible, but we're going to memorize it for now, so we'll select that and we'll get out of here. You can use the formula whenever you have 1 part wax and 2 parts oil. Just select the spell and let it fly! The more you use the Flash formula, the stronger it will get. Right now it's garbage. Cool! Thanks! This kid's unfazed by everything, as I said. So we found a biscuit and some water, and we have our mission to free Strongheart from the bug muck. And we accept this quest without any hesitation and any further thought. There's one more little building over here we can go to. The vipers and Ungerjuggler beasts dare not enter our village. Fire Eyes protects us from him. Please feel free to take the contents of my pots and gourds. Oh, I was going to anyway, don't you worry. You'll need them if you plan to go into the jungle. Alright, so we've already got a pretty nice little stash of stuff here. And I don't know how long I've been recording so far, but I'm probably going to call it a video here shortly, after I do a little bit more explaining about some things. So we're going to head off towards the bug muck, that we really have not been given any direction on where that is, or what's there. I'm going to assume there is both bugs and muck. So we're going to head off in the only direction the game will allow us to go, and that is this direction. We're going to fight more of these giant purple flowering things, and we're going to be doing a lot of this pointless fighting, as I will explain in just a moment. So, as I said, when I was a kid, I did not understand RPGs, and it took... Well, time gets kind of diluted when you're a kid, and it's hard to say how long anything took. Everything felt like an eternity when you were a kid. It was probably like a week, but it felt like forever, that I was basically stuck on the first boss of the game. And that was because one of the first games I had with the Super Nintendo that actually came with the system was Link to the Past. Excellent game, you've probably played it. And that game does not feature a level up system. You just try to get through the dungeons and get around the world map, and you can fight stuff if you want to, but you kinda don't need to, and I'm getting my shit fucked over here. So what I would do when I was playing this game as a kid was I would just try to run past all these enemies and go straight to the bug muck and try to take on the boss there and the monsters there, and I would suffer greatly. So I did not understand how RPGs work. Now what you want to do, this is one of the few times in the game where I think it's very beneficial to grind. What you really want to do, in my opinion, is to just spend a little bit of time around here. On this screen, it's my favorite place to do it. And just kill these little crustacean things for a while. I usually do it until I level up the Bone Crusher. Now, you fabulous bastard, I hear you say, what is leveling up the Bone Crusher? What even is the Bone Crusher? What are you on about? Well, in addition to your character having levels and your alchemy having levels, can we even cast our alchemy spell right now? We cannot. We do not have the proper ingredients, so I can't show you that right now. The Bone Crusher is what this kid calls the incredibly impressive bone his dog pulled out of the jungle. Now, much like your character and your alchemy, your weapons also have levels. As you can see, we are at 127, and when that 27 reaches 99, or rather when it reaches 100, we will have a level 2 Bone Crusher. The Femur of Fury, useful mostly for mangling mosquitoes. And that is true, it is not very good. But we want to level that up to level 2, I would recommend doing that, and once you level up to level 2, you will have a charge attack, which I can't show you now because it's not at level 2. But I recommend leveling it up at least that far before you try to proceed with the game. I will do the grinding off screen though, I don't want you to have to suffer too much. You're already suffering a small amount just by watching this video, and for that we commend you. And we found some talons, a meager amount of talons that won't actually buy anything, but it's the thought that counts. And some clay. And I always will say this is one of the most atmospheric games I've ever played. That background noise just makes this all feel very potent, shall we say. But before we go for the day, I want to do one more thing. So we've left the jungle environments for sandy cliffs, I suppose, is what this is supposed to be. And as soon as we kill this thing... Whoa! Wow! I thought a little sand in the shoes was irritating. So, the game would imply that you probably shouldn't go in those whirlpools, but it is impossible to progress with the game unless you do. Because we need to go to this here cave, yeah. And we're gonna get one of the best items in the entire game. Because it makes my life more convenient, and that is the most important thing in the world. Slow creatures easily fall prey to the sucking sand whirlpools. You need the speed of the Jaguar. That sounds like a good alternative to being soaked in sand. I can provide you with the Jaguar Tooth Ring. It gives the wearer the ability to run with the speed of the fastest feline. And it's free with any purchase today only. What can I do for you? Well, with an offer like that, how can we refuse? Guess we'll go ahead and buy another petal. We will probably find enough of these that we don't actually need to hoard them, so I'm gonna just buy the one. I guess we'll just buy a petal. Please, take this Jaguar Tooth Ring as my gift to you. Receive Jaguar Ring. Press and hold the A button to run, but watch your energy. A long run will wear you out. So much like our attacks, use that little meter at the bottom of the screen. This uses the exact same meter, so if we hold it, it'll go down from 100 to 0, and it'll do so pretty quickly, but this will allow us to sprint a short distance. Now, my other pro-game tip is do not hold down the A button, but instead tap it, and he'll do this little awkward, whatever you want to call it, run, and that will allow you to basically run forever. It looks awkward. In fact, it looks kind of stupid. Maybe we should be a little more careful around those whirlpools. Like Jack McCoy said in Invasion of the Mole People, stay focused and watch your step. Thanks for the insight. So yeah, if you just tap it, you can basically run forever. It's not quite as fast as an all-out run, but it lasts much, much longer. So, at that note, I'm going to conclude this video. I haven't been doing any recording for Sirius in a long time, so I don't want to let this run on too long. I'm going to go ahead and do the grinding off screen, and when I come back to you, our boy Caleb here will be much higher level, and we will have a level 2 Bone Crusher, which I will then illustrate for the class. You're my class, by the way. Congratulations. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, guys, and thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure as always.